We're live, man. Hey, we barely escaped with that win, man. But
how about them Cowboys? Yeah!
We barely escaped, man. Well, we didn't barely escape. In fact, if you took the bet, I think you became rich, right? Because Cowboys won by 14 points, which was strangely enough, I believe that was the was. Do you think Vegas was involved in this game?
From the beginning, bro, I thought that's what was going on. Vegas is involved in this thing, man. Seriously.
I mean, where do we go from here? That's what I want to know, because I don't care about Vegas betting. I want to win a championship, man. I want to shut up all the naysayers. I think the drought has been long enough. It's long overdue. The team is very talented for anybody to be dealing with mediocre play and mediocre coaching for that, right? So Let's get right into it. Who do we have on with us? Johnny. Boom. Slow starts will cost us in the playoffs, brothers. Yes, it will. And real quick, anybody on? Can you guys hear Harvey real quick on TikTok? I just see Eagle Chance. That's all I see.
Can they hear? Let's see. I'm pretty sure they can all hear me. I'm pretty positive
they
can
hear Harvey real quick on TikTok. I just see Eagle Chance. That's all I see. Can they hear? Let's see. I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
Yeah, they can hear me.
Yeah, they can hear you. So, hey, Johnny, I'll tell you this. If the Cowboys play like that against the Buccaneers, we're going to make the Buccaneers look good, and then they're going to be out. So, yeah, you're absolutely right. Adam, okay, this was supposed to be a statement game, but instead we are left with question marks. Let's fix this fast, right? I don't want to be a part of the whole cancel culture because that stuff really does exist, right? But I will tell you this. It feels like Vegas really had their hands in this game, man, because
yeah.
At 14 points, that's exactly what the Cowboys want. So, if we're not, what I'm saying, if we're not if we don't have our eyes open, they're really, we should start taking on these bets and we can probably bank out of it, right? Shut up. We already sound checked and people can hear Harvey. What do you say? As I see Dak on post show, why do I want to slap him? Laugh aloud, just kidding. Maybe. Now, I'm pretty sure if you were to meet him firsthand, pretty sure he has that charisma where it make you fall in love with him. Let's get right to it, man. Obviously there were some good things and some bad things. I think right now the bad is kind of outdoing the good. Obviously, you never want to see injuries, but in this game, it feels like, you know what I mean. For whatever reason, does it look like turf creates injuries or grass creates these injuries? That's what I want to know, Harvey.
I don't know. You can actually say that turf probably does it more than grass, but how many times do these guys play in grass?
Oh, it's a good one.
And the other thing is they don't play on grass so many times that are you wearing the right cleats as well? Because that makes a big difference. Wearing the right cleats in grass, and then it rained. You got to remember it rained. So some of those cleats are going to get stuck in that mud a little bit when it's moist. So, combination, man. I don't. At the end of the thing, we'll see how Tyler is, man. He ain't going to play the last game. I would not play him.
I wouldn't play him either. Jose Pais, good to hear from you. I know you said you check back with us. Defensive players are not disciplined enough right now. And he also says grass hurts those that use turf.
Yeah.
So
he's right. He's right.
You're right. It is different cleats, different shoes, all that good stuff. Johnny says Tyler Biadasz, our center, that was a big time injury. Yeah, man. It looked ugly, man. I mean, literally, that was probably one of the worst roll-ups. That roll-up was up there with Deebo Samuel. So we saw how long Deebo. I mean, luckily Deebo didn't break anything. I don't think he was. He was in a walkie boot, but he was standing up on his own 2 feet. So I don't think anything's like broken. But definitely we'll see. I saw it said Friday they're going to do the MRI. So tomorrow we should know a little bit more. Agree with Joel. We played down to their level and makes upset because we are better than what we displayed. So my question, right? When you look, I know we talked about it briefly during the halftime, our first time halftime, right? That was our first time going live on halftime. But it was a little bit of frustration because we were talking, we're like, let's just go live. Everybody wants to talk about it anyways. So let's talk about that, Harvey. I mean, obviously, the Cowboys have had this slow start for how long, though? How long have the Cowboys had this issue with slow starts? For how long?
We're probably going back 3 years, man. This
Are
has
you?
been going on. Yeah.
It
Oh
feels like
yeah.
it feels longer than 3 seasons.
No, because you got to remember, we're talking about 2019, 18. So yeah, maybe you are right, man. Maybe it's longer than that, but
Johnny,
it's
can,
just
can you give us a fact check on that, Johnny? You're pretty good with that stuff. Jose
well,
said
you gotta remember the first 2 years of Zach's or Dak's, he didn't. So if you put 2 years, you would probably say, yeah, I would say 3 years, man.
somebody wants us to play. Somebody said somebody wants Jenny Rivera. I think you're in the
Once
wrong
who?
stream. Jenny Rivera. I think you're in the wrong stream, bro. Yeah. Well, you know what? I think look, Johnny says that. Yeah, you're right. It's been about 3 seasons. Josepe says on the flip side, what do y'all think? We'll play like against a better team with. Will they rise up? Honestly, that looks like it's been the Cowboys. I mean, this seems to be a trend already. Like that is annoying. It annoys Cowboy Nation all across the board, man. I mean, it annoys from my dad who got me into the sport. It annoys Harvey. It annoys me. It annoys it annoys everybody that I know that follows the Cowboys. This is annoying. Like it really is, man. We played down to bad teams, so the alternative, right? So I agree since the Garrett era.
Yeah.
So Johnny kind of said, this has been going on from the Garrett era. But my question to everybody that's been following the Cowboy Nation through the tough 27 years or along the 27 years, that's a true Cowboy. Who is the one person that is the same that has been with the Cowboys since this slow start began? You know what I mean? He goes, it's like a bad funk. Yeah, it does feel like the Cowboys are in a funk, right? Who knows? That's a new name. I don't think I'm familiar with this one. They should have gotten Terrell Owens back. He does look like he is in the best shape of his life. But yeah, Terrell Owens just, I mean, he literally just beat up somebody outside of a CVS. I don't really think it won't wash off, man. It won't, man. Look at that. Finally, somebody said the thing that I was looking for, Jerry, right? Because I'll tell you this, it feels kind of crazy because who has made news lately, recently in the NFL? Who from all the NFL teams right now, who's made noise aside from the Cowboys, but recently, as of today, who made noise or yesterday, I'm sorry. Who made noise yesterday? The Raiders.
Yep.
Right? They benched Derek Carr. I believe he had been with them for what is it? Since 2014. So what he has 2 seasons over Dak? 9 seasons with the Raiders,
Yep.
and they bench him. My question is, if you look at the Raiders, it's always been the same thing that has been stuck with the Raiders. They just cannot get out of that funk for whatever reason. But if you look at our beloved Cowboys, seems like we're stuck in that funk. So I does it matter what coach takes over? Do you think that will still be a pattern? Because I know Mike McCarthy tried breaking this, right? What is that? Fat Mike is the common denominator. He looked like he lost weight, man. Mike McCarthy looked like he lost weight. We are too relaxed. We need to Aikman attitude in this type of this type of attitude, right? And then he says he hinders the team really bad, right? Gotcha bad. So people don't really know what that is.
So I think I'm looking at TikTok and everybody says different things. I mean, I kind of agree with a lot of it, just because this is the thing. Um, Kellen Moore's been here the longest
Well, he's
out
been
of
here with Dak.
no, I mean like the longest as a coach.
Okay, that makes sense.
And I feel like he's carrying on the tendencies of Jason Garrett, man. And it's just he's a young coach. I get it. But I just think he doesn't have, just like Jason Garrett was a young coach at one point. I think Jerry Jones just doesn't let him learn, on the fly, man. They have to make adjustments, and I think Jason Garrett's problem was making adjustments too. And I think Mike McCarthy not knowing the offense as well as Kellen Moore, they can't make major adjustments during the game. They have made them in recent weeks, but not enough to make a major impact. They do make adjustments, but it's minor ones, and we still win. I get it, but Jerry, you can't do this in the playoffs.
No, you cannot.
A little bit or a little adjustment is not enough in the playoffs. So my thing is, and everybody's correct, man. Jerry Jones needs to be in his place, right? And get a general manager and let him do his job and stay away from the whole team. You got to separate yourself, man. You have to do that. In any business, what owner has his hands on everything? It's almost like micromanaging. How are you going to let them grow?
Great question.
And I'm saying this only because as fans, dude, we're frustrated, man. And it's the same thing over and over. Aren't we seeing? Isn't this like Groundhog Day?
It feels like Groundhog Day.
It does, right? Now, I will tell you this. I am a believer, and I've told you this before, Jerry. You always hunt for the good stuff, right?
Try to.
We try to. Nashawn Wright got an interception. He gave up some plays, but not really bad. But he got an interception. We came away with the win. That's all that matters. We struggled a little bit, but I always take the negative and turn them positive. Jerry, we saw some bad things, right?
Oh yeah.
So what does that do on film going forward? We need to get better, man. That will only make us better, in my opinion, if I'm a coach. Hey, man, we play like crap. We still won against some of their backups, but we need to clean up some things. What are we going to do to change this? And Dan Quinn, I am so disappointed in Dan Quinn right now, Jerry. I am so disappointed, man. This is it's in my eyes a third, fourth string quarterback, man. He played good.
I think they picked him off the street, so he wasn't even a backup.
But to me, Jerry, let this guy beat me. I'm going to play bump and run, and I'm going to blitz him every time. Why not? What I got to lose? But they didn't take that approach. They wanted to be soft. They wanted to, back off, and look what happens, man. These are the type of things that happen. So I let my frustration out. I know you guys are frustrated. That's why we're here together. I let my portion out, man.
So Jose Pais says, Moore isn't the genius Jerry thinks he is. Let him go to the college level. You know what? College or anybody, Denver Broncos, please take him. Please take him. Get him the hell away from the Dallas Cowboys, man. We need to move on from Jerry's boys and get someone in here that can impact the team. Jerry is too worried about the paternity test.
Hey, wait up. Who's that? Who knows?
I don't know. That's what I was saying. I don't know who knows. That's what I said. I was trying to say who knows, but it's kind of catchy name, right? Págale el pilot. Yeah. I guess as Cowboy Nations, we would have to do that, right? Come together, pay that pilot, take them, fly them off to somewhere else, right? It says here, Moore doesn't scheme open our the other wide receivers, not named Lamb, run a rub route and crossing route or something, right? And that you've been preaching that, man.
So yeah, I have.
Look at that preach, Javi. They loved it, man. Look at what Ramiro says. 10 days of rest will help Dallas. I sure hope so.
I hope so too, man.
Johnny says, need to get better and fast because playoffs are coming fast. We are literally, like Ram said, 10 days away. And then from there, playoffs start immediately the week after. Ram says, Pollard was missed. You can tell. Yes, he was, man, because I'll tell you this, that defense kept discipline. They knew that Zeke was going to be breaking these long chunk plays on them, right? Because that's who Tony Pollard is. So, yeah. But I will tell you this, Malik Davis did look good on some plays that he did get in. I agree. Why don't we play bump and run and jam at the line of scrimmage? Our DBs are tall and strong against smaller wide receivers, man. Nashawn Wright.
That's what we're saying, Jerry.
That was
why
they highlighted was his reach. The reach, his reach ability. We should have killed the Titans today. Instead, we played soft Rex Ryan voice.
Yeah.
Who knows? Vanderish is big time.
Who knows is correct, man.
He is. Did you? Who knows? Did you come from? Did you come from TikTok? Because if you did, hey, round of applause, right?
Look, yeah. Hey, who knows? He's correct, man. As much as a lot of people want to bash LVE, they want to bash LVE, bro. We're missing, man. We miss that dude. I'm just saying.
I believe we had the it was okay. The stat line was we had the second best pass rush in the league with LVE in. Now we're ranked 32nd. Was that Ramiro who gave us that stat line, or who was it?
I don't know who it was.
I like to give credit where credit is due. I don't know if you noticed that on the show. I don't really ever take credit for myself. It says Jose Pais. It's almost like what more things works at practice will work in the games, not with actual opponent. Man, I think you're right. Swag. We need to lose. We need to lose the Eagles 2 more. Oh no, the Eagles need to lose their next 2 games for the Cowboys to have the NFC East crown. Yes, that is correct point. So
talking to Kevin Harlow, can you beat Washington? Kevin Harlow, I'll be honest, man. I don't think anybody's gonna play, bro. If it's me, I'm just saying, like, I don't think anybody's gonna play, man. They don't want to after Tyler Biotish getting hurt. And then Tyler Smith almost got hurt too. If you saw him grab his hip, I don't think anybody's gonna play. Honestly, Kevin Harlow, that's just my opinion.
Even Sam Williams went down into that right there. I was like, damn, what's going on, man? If that's happening to the Dallas Cowboys, that better happen to the entire San Francisco 49er defensive line and offensive line, and that better happen to the Eagles too, man, because that can't just be happening to the Dallas Cowboys. I'm sorry, man. Go Cowboys, Javier. That's what Swag says. No matter what happens from here on out, we are playing Brady, and I'm going to be the first one to say this. We need to fix the style of play ASAP. Dak is way better than this. Yes, he is. So obviously, the biggest concern is going to be Tyler Biotish. That one we'll keep you posted. Unfortunately, we'll see how we do it. I know that I think Harvey and I want to start maybe perhaps going Instagram live on Friday. So we may test pilot that. So if you guys are not following our social medias, follow us there. If not, of course, add us on our social medias, and we'll add you guys back. TikTokers, you guys stay away. You guys are kind of weirdos sometimes. It says here, okay, so Tyler Biotish, that's our biggest concern. Dak, he actually tied Troy Aikman, right, with the passing TD today. That was a bright spot. But then again, that's the stat.
Honestly, man, if I was Dak, I'd be like, hey, you can take it, man. I don't want it.
Like I said, that's a stat, and that's kind of been our biggest thing. Like, we want to get away from that. Nation interception. But right after that, the offense did not do anything with that takeaway. That is what's been concerning me for the last 3 weeks, is that. What did he say? I don't like all the bodies that went down tonight. Yeah, me neither. My mom says he's puro PPC, man. PPC, you know me, right? Jay Novacek coming out of retirement. Hey, the way Dalton Schultz played, I don't think we need him right now. He's the least of my concerns. I love me some Payne Hendershot. Payne, you need to catch that ball, man. He was blocking his heart out, man. I love Payne Hendershot. I love the future. It looks bright. Dan Quinn, aside from the corners playing off, this is something that I continue to put down my notes. Why do we allow so many 4th down conversions? That's like a red flag, man. Like, you know what I mean? It's just, why? What is it, Harvey? It's almost like if it's a 4th down, might as well just give them the first down. It's what it feels like to me on this defense.
I don't even know how to explain it, man. We can keep going over and over again. He's not going to change, man. I'm telling you.
Well, I will tell you the thing that was very in the first 2 quarters where I was worried was the fact that the Titans had lost 6 games in a row to teams with a winning record. And at one point, it almost felt like Cowboys were going to be the first one to break it, right? And they were going to get their first win against a winning team. But, man.
Yeah, so on TikTok, we got win and win. Just get to the postseason healthy. And that's a Sirinando 27. I agree, bro. We just need to be healthy. Missing Pollard was missed today, man. Let's just be honest. Pollard was missed today.
What did Adam say? I almost want Romo for no. Look at what Josepa, he says. Let Moore play the next game. Let Kellen Moore play the next game. Adam says, I almost want Romo for head coach. The way he calls our games, laugh out loud. Man, he's been hey, have a good night, man. Swag. And then TY needs to be targeted way more and leave the others out.
Yep.
He does. But
we keep going, Jerry, we keep going to Noah Brown, man.
I know. And
I'm so confused.
But CD had another 100-yarder, and he had a good game, man. I mean,
I understand, but why do we got T.Y. Hilton now? Why do we keep going to Brown?
We got Michael Gallup. Why does Dak always lead Michael Gallup, man? It's like they stand him up, and man, Michael Gallup takes some nasty shots to his face, man.
Yeah, I agree with M. Stein 121. Not all picks on Dak. Dak is fine, just needs to relax. If you look at the picks, half of the picks that Dak has thrown have been literally on their hands, and they dropped it. Like, I know the quarterback gets the stat, but come on, man. Half of them? Nah, I don't buy it.
Why in the hell is Brown starting over Hilton? Jerry Howie, please convince me otherwise. And he's a great blocker, man. I mean, it is what it is. He helps out blocking on the running game. He helps the running game get going. Dak did grab his knee tonight and limped. Did you notice that, Irv?
Yeah, I did, man. That was scary. It's scary, man.
Swag. Good night, Javier.
Later, Swag.
Anissa Garza. Cowboys took the win. You know what?
She's a new one.
She is new. I haven't.
Welcome, Anissa.
It's just, what is it? Is he trying to say it's just the right read in the moment? Okay, M. Stein, because he's come away with some takes. They messed up putting Peters at left tackle. He should have been put at guard.
And I said that. In a text with my brothers, we were texting each other. I said Peters at left guard, and we'll have Tyler Smith on left tackle. For whatever reason, I don't know why they did that.
But did you notice? I mean, he was a little bit of a sloppy start when he did come in at left tackle, but he did buy that time that Dak needed to get it to Dalton Schultz on the corner for the second touchdown. So, you know, I think it's like anything. You know, if you play left tackle, I mean, just like kind of like Tyron Smith, it took him like 2 weeks to kind of get his feet. And even so, right now, it still doesn't look good. For whatever reason, we got some sloppy offensive line play, man. I mean, literally, you got your own offensive lineman throwing defenders into our own offensive lineman's knees, and this is where you get hurt, man. Terrence Steele, that's how he went down with an ACL injury. You never want to see these things, but this is what we're seeing. Sloppy play in the offensive line. I would say get rid of Joe Philbin for sure in the offseason. And he says he got exposed, the 40-year-old body. Oh, man, I wish I had that clip of what's his name? Stephen Gundy, whatever his name.
I think people take this for granted, right? They're like, oh, you beat a practice team. Hey, guys, let me explain something to you, man. These guys, they have a less than 1% chance to make it in the NFL. And I believe Ocho Cinco said it once. Where did he play at? The Canadian League or whatever league he played at? He's like, oh, I'm going to kill it out here. He said, man, these dudes, like, why are they not in the NFL? Because it's that hard to play in the NFL. Don't give me that practice squad thing, man. It's hard to play in the NFL. If you're a backup in the NFL, you're good, man. I don't care what anybody says. So I'll leave it at that.
Adam says, I cringe when I see Tyron Smith barely finishing plays at right tackle. It's kind of that is kind of hard to unsee, right? And it's unfortunate. And then they're still all NFL teams, man. In fact, what were they saying about Joshua Dobbs? I think that he's a brilliant individual. He's working
smart, bro.
Yeah, apparently he's like rocket science for reals. He's a real
and
rocket science.
And Jerry, remember Ram did say it early in the week. He's like, I'm scared of Joshua Dobbs, man.
It did say that. It was kind of weird.
Like, look, man, it came true. I'm just saying, but to me, like I said, man, glass half full, half empty. I look at it as a learning for the week. We got the win. That's awesome. But let's learn from this and go on to next week, and hopefully we'll rest everybody.
Look, read what M. Stein just put. I like his take there.
Somebody said left my. Oh yeah, backups are good. Did you say that about Minshew? Yes, we did. We actually did say that.
Yeah, Minshew played first and second year. I mean, he played two seasons.
What is? And then he said Cowboy fans double talk more than Trump supporters. We never said that on the show. We said Gardner Minshew was good, man. He was a starter for two
seasons.
This is a real crazy Batman fan. He's not paying attention. Like what?
And
like,
the only reason Gardner Minshew lost his job was because they got Trevor Lawrence, dude. I mean, that's the only reason he got.
What is he? Ask everybody on the feed, man. We said Gardner Minshew was a good quarterback. We never said he wasn't. I don't know. I'm whatever.
What's y'all's schedule since our beloved Cowboys don't play till the following weekend? Good
Our schedule, man.
No. He's calling out the haters. Like, hey, okay, well, you guys want to point out we're gonna pay attention to your teams, and we'll make sure we call that out on our next live, right? And hey, we got the win, but wins shouldn't look so damn ugly. But that's I think that's the reason why, right? That's why the Cowboys are so appealing, right? Because it's must-see TV. I guarantee you, this is another team playing. It would have been the most sloppiest game ever. In fact, Thursday nights had been given that name of being sloppy football. Literally, the score was 0-0 by the halftime or 0-3. You know, one field goal. Javi, don't let them go out to you, bro. You and Jerry do a wonderful job for us. Hey, no, we're good, man. It's all good. Even with the people there. Look at that. Go Cowboys. Yes, sir, we won. Haters beware. This is D. We'll get healthy and at the right time. Somebody says we got the Redskins. So, I do say D. I call them the Redskins. You know, I'll do this. You know, I will say this. I'd take a knee for the Commanders if it lets them in. I don't want to see the Packers. Not like the way the Cowboys are playing.
Yeah.
Right now.
No, Sadie's right. Hey, Sadie, you're right, man. It's all love. I don't take it. I have the thickest skin you can think of, man. But sometimes people say things they don't know what they're talking about when it comes to football. So, but yeah, you're right.
He says they're appealing because we either love them or people love to hate us. I mean, that's the way it is. And I think, you know, the hard part is that, you know, we're not a delusional Cowboy fan base, especially everybody that's in the chat and live with us right now, is that we're very educated football people. Yeah. And when you got football and a love for a team, and we're talking about true love, we're not talking about this, you know what I mean, where we go, we hide, and no, like we're that obnoxious, you know what I mean, that we'll let you know facts, everything, stats, everything you want to know. Johnny says they will always be the Redskins to me. You know, I'll tell you this: they should have the asterisks next to their Super Bowl championships because they're not the Redskins like they want to be, right? When are y'all gonna start taking calls? Actually, we're actually implementing that as we speak. Because before we were gonna just do it. And somebody just said, hey, hold on a minute. Before you do it, don't do it because you're going to give out your phone number. And there's a bunch of weirdos out there. So we're going to actually get a Cowboy Cast phone number.
You know what? I will say this, Jerry. You've been doing this. So everybody understands. I've only been doing this for what? I will hit 2 months in January 5th. Jerry's been doing this for almost 3 or 3.5 years, however long it was, right? Jerry has more experience than I do. But I'll tell you this, and this is just my take on it these last 2 months. Everybody on TikTok, on YouTube, I'm very humbled, man, and I appreciate all of you. But I have to say this. Everybody that's been on TikTok, the real supporters on YouTube, I'll tell you what, Jerry, tell me if I'm wrong. Some of these people know football, man.
They do.
Like, I'm shocked, like, wow, some of the stuff they say, I'm like, these guys are what? Like, they pay attention. Either A, they played football, or maybe they never did play football or sports, but it's been integrated in their life. They know a lot about football, man. I'm shocked. Like, these last 2 months. surprising for me. What do you think, Jerry?
No, I have to give props for props is due, man. There, and you know what? Some of these haters, they come in with really loaded with facts, and some of them we have to say, you know what, you got us, man. And sometimes I'll say that they got us, man. Like you know what, you're good, man. You're good. And I've had to swallow my pride several times. I believe March 2nd of 2023 will be year 3 of doing podcasts. Obviously, you can see on the left, that's kind of where it started for me, East-West football. That's just how it is. But obviously I'm a Cowboy. But I do pay attention to every single team. I can dissect your team. I can tell you your draft picks. I can tell you I can tell you your rotational players. But it's crazy. Harvey's in the same situation. Luckily, me and Harvey went to school together. I know Harvey can actually talk about quarterbacks because he actually played quarterback, 3-time district champ in a row. You know what I mean? That these are hard things to accomplish, and he did that.
My goodness.
What's going on? Somebody wanted a shout out. So shout out to DJ _. No, just _. DJ. Shout out. There you go, buddy. Let me see. I'm here. Oh, Adam, I'm here. Win, lose, or draw, baby. Hats off to you.
True, man.
We have to be, man. And you know what? We have to show up even if the Cowboys lose, right? I've been fighting off haters since 1978, baby. Let's go. Let's go. A Texans fan was trying to talk to me on Twitter. I told him, dude, you're a Texas fan. Enough said. They have been rebuilding since the start of the franchise. Oh, that is a good one, man. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
It's true, man. It's really true. Poodle 32 belly options. He veers.
Where did you get that from, Jose? Did you play football?
I think so. Man.
Wow, that's a good one. I haven't heard that in a while, man.
Since when, right? Like,
woo, that's a good one.
That means that he played football.
Yeah.
Laugh out at Johnny Munoz. I live here in Houston and fight them every day. And the Giants laugh out loud.
Hey, dude, Adam.
This is fun.
I'm going to tell Adam something. Hey, Adam, a while back, man, like maybe 9-10 years ago, man, I lived in Sugarland. I don't know if you know it's that. And I worked in Missouri City. Just throwing that out there.
So you know the area. Boss. Ya sabes. That's what he's basically saying. What it says, though, they let themselves. This is a great team.
Yeah, I like what Emstein said. They'll get as far as they get them.
You should join our
Emstein, man. Join our YouTube, bro. We can read your comments a lot better on YouTube.
Look at what he says, bro. I'm from Sugarland. So
shoot, bro.
That's
crazy.
Yeah. Kemper High School, baby.
Kemper High School. Hey, so Kemper High School, that street led, if you go on the other side of those where Kroger's at, that's the other side where the school's at, where Kroger's at. If you go to the other side, that's the subdivision that I lived in. Crazy, man. That's crazy.
That is crazy. It is crazy. Yeah, it's in the link is in our bio, so you could just go up and just click on the link and boom.
And it's the Cowboys Cast on YouTube, man. It's easier to read comments. The comments here go so fast.
Yeah, for sure, man. It's kind of hard to keep up with the comments on there. I mean, we're still trying to figure out how to integrate it, but TikTok likes to make it very exclusive to TikTok, so it doesn't let us integrate. So obviously, until we figure that out, we will. What do you say? 6'4", 310, and Mexican baby, left tackle baby.
That's funny.
It is crazy. Yeah, make sure you check us out and subscribe and be a part of the clan, man. You know what I'm saying? But let's get back to it, man. Obviously, when it comes to AFC, we can't take any team lightly. We knew what we're getting ourselves into, regardless. If you're coached up by Mike Vrabel, he coaches his teams up to be tough. Who was that defensive tackle was playing with his? I mean, he was playing with his heart, man.
Talking about
Tart, man.
Beast, man.
Yeah, he hurting himself and hurting everybody else, right? He says, I was raised in a neighborhood called Four Corners, baby. Woo, man.
Oh, yeah, Four Corners, yeah. I know exactly where that dude's at, man. That's crazy.
Javier, how much do we trust more in the playoffs with turning the page to new plays that teams haven't seen yet?
But this is what bothers me, Jerry. We saw new plays last week. Man, excited, right? What are we going to see this week? We go back to the old ways. Why?
Well, from what we've heard from Mike McCarthy is that he likes that gamemanship. So do you think that Mike McCarthy is intentionally doing this at this point? Like, I mean, I know that, for the most part, ownerships really don't care about the fan bases because obviously, we're going to stick to the teams because that's who we were born into and raised into.
Yeah.
So, obviously they're not going to go off of emotions. But at this point, do you think maybe Mike McCarthy's kind of like scaling back and not allowing people to see the full arsenal? Because, you still got, regardless of what yesterday was a great combo as far as what quarterback scares you in the NFC. Aside, from Dak, you would have to probably put him at the top of the list from the top tier quarterbacks in the NFC. But other than that, yeah, we want to respect Aaron Rodgers because he's still Aaron Rodgers. Yes, we want to respect Tom Brady because Tom Brady's the GOAT at the quarterback position. And Jalen Hurts, obviously, if his running game can go and he can go, obviously that's a uphill battle for any NFC team. But other than those names, who really scares you? Does Kirk Cousins scare you? You know what I mean? So this opportunity should be an opportunity the Cowboys should be seizing right now. They should be taking advantage of it and getting in there. Look at that, Johnny. I'm from the Rio Grande Valley, Poodle 956.
Oh, we didn't know that. He's got to tell us where though.
Hey, 956, baby.
Look at the next comment.
Oh, there he is,
That's
Emstein.
Einstein, bro.
Hey,
What's up?
Welcome.
Another one, baby.
What he said, Dak Gwynn, first Vietnamese player on Cowboys. Yeah, Dak Gwynn.
Who knows? Keep saying that win knows. I don't know why he's using that, but okay.
Oh, he's from La Villa. That's not too far, man. Lafayette, Texas, right here, man. We're Lions. Both of us graduated the same year and all that great stuff. Central Cali Cowboys, man. I know it's kind of crazy, right? That there is a lot of a DC for life, man. Well, stick around, Mark. I mean, we love your takes. Hopefully, you can tune in. Normally, we try to go live as much as possible during the week, but the schedule's been off because of the whole holiday. But hey, we're going live usually 6:30 p.m. Central, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Typically, we'll get back to work Monday. It's gonna be a regular Sunday game, right, with the Commanders.
Yeah.
The whole Saturday thing's been throwing me off, man.
Yeah.
Man, we all coming to Houston. We'll let you know when we're coming to Houston, man, for sure. I have a lot of family in Houston. I have a lot of family in the Dallas area too. So definitely, man, I'll let you know. Love it. You got enjoy you guys. Good takes, man. We're looking at football with a different angle sometimes. You know what I mean? But aside from that, we were talking about where was this at? What was that? They asked, "Do you trust more?" And I kind of cut it off and I said, "Do you think this is a gamemanship that Mike McCarthy is doing right now? And if so, is it working, Harvey?"
I mean, if he is doing that, man, it's working 100%. He's fooling everybody. I'm just saying, yeah, Mark. Hey, Mark, thanks, man.
Can we please stop running screens? I would say, can we stop running sweeps, wide receiver sweeps? More importantly, I like those tight end screens, man, because those are kind of tricky. But the wide receiver screens, anytime you see CD coming, man, it's almost like the defense can kind of tee off on that. I don't really like those.
I got AP 95122 Northern Cali Cowboys. Welcome, brother. He's on TikTok.
He goes and reverses.
Yes, bro. I don't know. Hey, so overall, this is what I got my take on it, man. This is why I want to play the game. I think we still have a lot of things to clean up. right? At the end of the day, and we need to stop doing a lot of things. And hopefully this catches their eyes so they can look at itself in the mirror and say, "Hey, man, we need to fix this before we go into the playoffs." I hope that's what happens. I hope to God that's what happens. So that's my final take on everything for tonight.
Can we stop throwing to Brown and start throwing to Hilton? I mean, you brought him in, and obviously he showcased what he could do. It was that crossing route, and he had it was like an underneath crossing route because if you look, there was somebody right above him too, and he took entire Ty caught that, and he actually was able to make he was able to get that first down on those plays. What do you say? Smith was hustling tonight.
He was, man.
Yeah, he was.
He was.
But just to kind of finish what you said, right? Like, okay, let's talk about that, right? Your final take was let's clean it up. Obviously, that's exactly what we said. These games were very important. Was to clean up, get out healthy, come out hot. At this point, Harvey, do you think that the Cowboys should take the knee against the Commanders next week if the Eagles win?
It's hard. It's like a double-edged sword, right? And it's catch 22. As miserable as we played this week, do we play again to see where we're at, or do we save people from injury? Hey, Jerry, I don't get paid millions of dollars to make those decisions, man. But you understand what I'm saying?
No, yes. It's kind of like you said, catch 22, right? I mean, dang, man. What do you say? Hold on. It says, like I said, we downplayed ourselves tonight. Only one more game to clean up and start our journey, fellas.
Yep.
Yeah, and then Mark says Dax read is why Brown gets a lot of one-on-ones on the hot read. Great take, and yes, he does. But I will say this: that's where I had asked earlier, and I want your take on this. And I would like, if Johnny, if you're still on, I would like your take. Do you think that in this offense you need 3 number 1 wide receivers? So just keep that on there. He goes a save from injury, and then we gain nothing if we stay the fifth seed.
We're nothing, man. Like, that's my point. Like, let's just rest some people, man. At this point, honestly,
I mean,
give it our best shot.
How serious is Micah's hand? I mean,
that, and then Tyler Biotish. Are we calling Whitworth? Are we getting Whitworth on the phone? Hey, you'll play. I promise you'll, because they said he'll only play left tackle. I promise you'll only play left tackle.
Whoa, this looks like a new name to me.
Fernando. Right, hey, play. Hey, come on, give me the clap, baby. Yes, sir.
And this is what he says. I feel Coach Q, right? He's talking about Dan Quinn and Kellen Moore, are not tipping their whole hand yet, especially Q. He is seeing teams roll the pocket, letting wide receivers get open. Once everyone comes back in the playoffs, I feel they will blitz more. And we've seen how efficient the defense runs on those blitzes. Have you noticed that, Harvey?
Yeah. So it was at Fernando 27. He makes a great point. Because I made that point with the tight ends. Why are we running more passes with the 3 tight end option? Like, why? Do they not want to tip themselves so much that they're saving it? Hey, I don't blame them, man. If they're saving and this whole offense changes in the playoffs, I will be so happy. And I think maybe that's what they're doing. I don't know that. Maybe they're playing it safe. But if they are, man, they're fooling everybody. Everybody.
Including us, right? And that's because we try to observe. We listen to Mike McCarthy religiously. After we're offline right now, off air, I'm gonna go and listen to his post game interview, listen to the next day interview and the next day interview, and I'm always trying to pluck out little things here and there. Jose Pai says you don't have 3 number 1 receivers, but that's why I was asking. In this offense, because if you notice, we had Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup. That's why I'm saying, do we really need that 3 wide receiver? Because it still looks like they're double teaming CeeDee Lamb, even with T.Y. Hilton. So obviously we do need to get T.Y. Hilton rolling, right? And then maybe we can get CeeDee Lamb open. And then from there, of course, get Michael Gallup back into it. I don't see Eagles losing, so I already accepted the fifth seed and playing against Tampa and beating them, baby. And then Mark says, very true. The pressure and hurry ups are so close. And,
Yeah,
and who knows, right? He says, anybody else impressed with T.Y. Hilton? It'll come back in bunches, turnovers. Man, that's a lot to take in right there.
it is a lot. Anybody else? Yeah, man. I mean, it's a lot. But PJ King 702, what up, guys? Hey, man, come on to YouTube, bro.
Yes, sir. Lincoln is
We can see your questions a lot better, man.
official. Official George, also come on over, man. Let's do this the right way. They burn out the same receivers every game, which is dumb.
Yeah,
Great
yeah,
point,
they
Jose.
do, man.
Greenheart.
It's a great point overall. I mean, overall, what are we doing, right? Noah, obviously, but man, a lot of these turnovers are just they're going the wrong way, man. A lot of tip balls.
Yep.
It's kind of plagued it. I think somebody had put that's 14 interceptions on Dak, but go ahead and minus out 6 of those because those are coming off of tips. But again, I understand maybe Dak shouldn't have thrown that way.
But
My Mark is saying Ty is beast, man.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Since Dak doesn't have a lot of practice with Ty, why don't they do that in this game and kind of feature him, right? Because what do you got to lose? We can lose against the Titans. We can lose to the Commanders. That doesn't change anything. We're still going to be the 5th seed, regardless. So why not work on that chemistry in a real life game? That's the part I don't understand. I don't get it.
You would definitely hope they will at least get those reps in the practice if they're trying to hide their hand or not show their hand too early. But
yeah,
damn, why's everybody mentioning Dad Gwynn? It's just kind of weird.
I think he's trolling.
Hill is the best route runner we have now. Hill is the best route runner we have now.
I don't know about that.
And then somebody says, as long as Dak responds the way he does after the interceptions, we are fine. Just don't force any throws and be smarter. We are good, baby. We are, man. We got the win. That's the most important thing, right? So overall, what's next? What's next for us? What's next for us, Cowboy Nation?
I think we rest everybody, man, against the Commanders. I really do think that, man.
I want to hear from everybody. I want to hear from everybody else also that's on with us right now. What do you guys think, man? What do you think should be the next
PJ
approach?
King? PJ King is right, man. Moore was forcing the throws in the fourth quarter,
Which is stupid.
He's right, man.
Dak is still having trouble hitting people on stride, or is it me? Man, I don't know, man. I just think that we can't be making excuses, right?
Yeah.
Mark says a third wide receiver to the already top scoring offense league. Beware. Well, Ty can be that person, right? But he really doesn't get the passes, or he doesn't really get the action that we need. And then rest if Eagles win Sunday. Yeah, I think Sir Nando 27, you are absolutely correct, man. Take the knee for them, like the way the Titans tried taking the knee for us. And
yeah,
I mean, there it is. He goes, cruise the Commanders, get ready for the playoffs. Mark, well-deserved rest. Would like to see another team do what we just did. That would be kind of
somebody said off coast fishing. He said, y'all stop watching West Coast. He's full of nothing. He doesn't know football. Who's that? Who is he talking about?
I don't know, man.
And then JCZ says it was scary when Dak got hit in the knee. We don't want any injuries right now.
No, we don't, man.
Yeah, we don't. We do not.
Adam says Brady is what's next. Let's prepare to retire him once and for all, man. That would be nice. Save the players and get ready. I love it, man. You see, so everybody's kind of like on the same page as what we're saying. Take the knee next week.
Yeah.
Throw Cooper in there. Let's see if Cooper can, you know what I'm saying? I mean, like we said, right? We're allowing the Commanders to take the dub, but Throw Cooper in there. Throw Malik Davis in there.
Why Cooper? I say Greer.
I'm just saying. Like, I want to see Cooper against a top team. I want to see how he performs against a top team that will legitimately be in the playoffs. Which you did the homework, Harvey. Has there ever been a situation in the history of the NFL that an entire division made it into the playoffs?
Yeah, so guys, a little tidbit, right? I think we discussed this earlier and I looked it up, man, because it was interesting. In the 90 years of the NFL and the merger and all that, there has never been one division that made it in the playoffs, a whole division. That's crazy, man.
And
that is insane.
We are literally on the cuffs of potentially seeing that. The NFC East, which, at the beginning of the year, we can go back. I can probably find that clip. At the beginning of the year, it said, watch out. Watch out. I think the NFC East is going to be a division to reckon with. I think they're going to put the NFC back on the map. I think they're going to be at least 1 to 2 years out. And it was shocking. I don't think anybody, even with all the football heads we have online with us right now, I don't think anybody imagined the NFC East would have been like what it is today. Which
no,
is
bro.
I think
nobody.
I mean, you could look at the teams and kind of see what they're missing. The Commanders, obviously, they're restricted by the play of the quarterback. Same thing could be said about the Giants, but other than that, they relatively have good teams. Giants, their wide receivers are kind of weird, but that offense that Brian DeBall is running, if it's what they're doing. So yeah.
Okay, but like I said before, Jerry, I like what happened today. We learned from our mistakes, right? Number one, we go back to the drawing board. We have 10 days to rest. We look at the mistakes we did. We clean it up. Am I right or am I wrong?
No, yes, you're absolutely right.
Yes, I love it, man. Let's learn from it. Let's go on to the next week. And if we play our backups, we play our backups. We implement what we need to implement and we need to fix, and we go from there, man. This can only teach us what we have to go forward and go to the playoffs, and hopefully we get right. So,
and let me ask you this: somebody said he's a content creator for the Dallas Cowboys. He just says he's very negative about the Cowboys.
Who are you talking about?
The West Coast Cowboys.
They're talking about West Coast.
Yeah.
Cowboy.
Yeah, West Coast Cowboys or Cowboy.
They're talking about West Coast Cowboy.
Yeah, West Coast Cowboy. Yeah, I've talked to him a couple of times. He said this. I asked him specifically. I asked him this. What's up with, was Dak Gwynn in the game today, or was he there at the game on the sidelines or something? Because look at this. Did I miss something?
I don't know. I'm missing something too.
I mean, I know that Dak Gwynn played for the Cowboys, but that was like years ago, man.
Yeah, I don't.
So it says fire more and rest players, maybe. Adam, stupid crazy. And he goes from least to beast. Oh, yep. Damn. You're absolutely right. That's a great way of putting the NFC East, right? NFC was the most laughed at division. The NFC East was the last, and people would say, Cowboys or the NFC East divisions by default. They shouldn't even play it. Give it to them. And he goes, study that film. Yeah, man.
I am.
Always watching film. Yes. Yeah. West Coast is a Facebook a vlogger, goes to Dallas training camps, does some interviews with players. Okay. Yeah. I've actually talked to West Coast a couple times. Dak versus Mahomes. Mark my words, baby. Hey, watch it be the Cowboys versus the Bills, man. That's what I'm saying. I mean, who knows?
Yeah,
how often do y'all broadcast? Man, honestly, typically before the whole mayhem started, we were doing Monday through Friday, and then we would do kickoff, and then we'd do post game. And regardless of win or lose, we would do post game, even though it's the hardest thing to go live after a game like that, man. But that's typically what the broadcast looks. This week is going to be a little bit shorter because the Cowboys played on Thursday. But I will tell you this is not going to stop here because luckily we work all season long, and we're going to break down everything. We're going to dissect it. So if the Cowboys are one and done, hey, you know what? We're going to move on. We're going to study exactly the offensive needs. We're going to be talking about draft prospects, draft positioning, and it's going to be broken down exactly with the same schedule. So And of course, the social media, we're definitely on the social media on there too.
So real quick, Jerry, I want to shout out to Off Coast Fishing 2772. My guys, have a great night and happy. Hey, brother, have a great night and blessings, man. Blessings. Come on over to YouTube, man.
Yeah, the link is in the bio. Mark says building through the draft does that, right? And
Yeah.
you know what? Building through the draft, what we've learned is that it's sustainable, right? Because I'll tell you this, Eagles they did a great job. They took care of business this year. They put together a good roster, and you know what? They are legitimate contenders going into the playoffs. But it's an aging team. But at the same token, their general manager has done good as far as getting them draft picks. So you know they're going to have a top 10 pick in this year's draft, and which could change, right? But the Rams kind of, no, not the Rams. It's the Saints, right? Who's kind of they've been on a roll. So right now they're picking 10th, and then they're going to have another pick in the 30th.
Yep.
They're doing a good job, but it's still, you cannot mask the fact that the Eagles have an older team
Yep.
on the both sides of the line, so they're gonna have to rebuild. So they're gonna have their growing pains, just like the way the Cowboys are right now. But the good team is that the window's wide open, and right now, even if any team goes out there, look at how long it took Justin Fields, and Justin Fields is still trying to turn that corner, but he needs a lot of help on the offensive line and with wide receivers.
So real quick, do you believe the Cowboys can be still in the play? I think if they clean up this stuff that they're doing right now, going forward, man, as long as they clean up the mistakes, they'll be fine. And then Off Coast Fishing said, I sure will. Thanks for the shout out. Stay blessed. Keep up the good work. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. A lot of Dallas fans in Tennessee, and that rounds out TikTok for now.
Hey, if you're a Cowboy fan, come on down, man. Let's build this brand together. Not you, Javi, the players. That's what he was trying
players. Okay.
he needs to study the film, not you all.
I still study the film.
Yeah,
man.
man.
I still look at the film, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? Because you get to see the thing that obviously you really cannot catch from there. And then Mark Steinberger's, yep. He goes, the team is young and still developing. I'm wicked excited, man.
Yeah, bro.
Because look, I'll tell you this much right now. I have a question that I will ask everybody, even those that are on live on TikTok and live with us right now. If the Dallas Cowboys are one and done, is it game over for Mike McCarthy? That's my question to you again. He goes, again, thank you, Jerry and Javi. Y'all have no idea what an outlet y'all give us, true Cowboy fans. Let's go, Cowboys. Hey, Adam, thank you, man. Man, we loved your take since you were on TikTok, and you were probably one of the first ones that converted.
Yeah, for real, bro.
To YouTube, and we really appreciate your presence here. Somebody says, I know, no, Kellen Moore is the one I worry about. Okay.
Yeah.
True. Alex says, it's just sad for me as a fan that we have constantly had a talented roster and still cannot produce a deep playoff push, man.
I think that's everybody's, man.
This is already a 14-win team, back-to-back playoffs. Mike is doing just fine. Yes, he is. So you're saying if the Cowboys are one and done, you're saying no?
No, he's saying no.
Yeah,
I mean he's
that they're gonna
and this is the hard part for fans, right? We expect so much, but in reality, we if you're not going to the NFC Championship or Super Bowl, you're not good enough for us. That's just the way the fans feel. Honestly, right? But if you take that away and look at Mike McCarthy, he has done a great job, man, if you think about it. But we hold such a high standard, Jerry.
I totally agree. And you know what? I think that at that point, you gotta say, okay, Mike McCarthy, then you need to, if you're gonna continue with Kellen Moore and Dan Quinn, which we don't know, right? Because I know Dan Quinn has been a hot name for as far as head coaching positions. If they are able to retain the same coaching staff, I think that Mike McCarthy really needs to learn that playbook, and he needs to be involved in the play calling and not just turn the entire keys over to Kellen Moore. But I would like to see some other people's takes on it, right? McCarthy is out only if Jerry has someone else in mind. Well, I mean, the name out there is Sean Payton. That's why I asked. I'm here to stay, baby. And yes, even if we are one and done, we have a bright future ahead of us. Yes, we do, man. That's what makes it so exciting. That's why people don't understand why Cowboys Nation is so why Cowboys Nation say every year is the year. Because I mean, like you said, Harvey, I mean, how long has the Cowboys had a talented roster? For how many seasons have the Cowboys had a talented roster that could literally get into the playoffs and win it?
So I got a question from Jay-Z. It's who would you choose to replace McCarthy? Hey, I'll tell you what, man. I'll tell you right now. If Sean Payton's not available, DeMarco Ryans, man. Or D'Amico. Is it D'Amico?
D'Amico Ryans.
D'Amico Ryans from the 49ers defensive coach. 100%.
And the only reason, because I've heard, me and you, obviously, we know we're friends, we're real friends, right? We talk on the daily. The only reason I know that you said D'Amico Ryans is because of the style of defense, right? The way he literally has, he doesn't have a Trayvon Diggs, but he has those corners playing at an elite level. And like you said, they're doing a lot of press, and it allows, I mean, look at the success that their edge rusher, Nick Bosa, has, right? Mark says it's the generation, immediate gratification. Some teams have never ever seen a Super Bowl. Man, I'm glad that you said that, because I believe that's how we started the week.
We did.
So we said there's only been 20 teams to reach the actual Super Bowl. In fact, the stat line is there's only 32 quarterbacks that have won out of the 55 Super Bowls in the entire NFL history. Only 32 quarterbacks have won a Super Bowl ring, which goes to show you how elite it is and how tough it is. And for people to throw Dak in there and Tony Romo, you know, hey man, that's kind of hard, because there's a lot of quarterbacks that have not even been there. There's some teams that have not even been able to get into a Super Bowl, right? What's up? He's Lockmore in the chopper with Jerry, and let's go.
Joseph's crazy, man.
Tough. It's tough being America's team. Yeah, it is, man, because it's not just Texas thing, it's America's team. He goes, if Jerry goes, get Peyton. I believe Dan would love to stay with that defense and go somewhere and rebuild for another 2 years. Wow. You know, I think that could work, man. Even though I believe from what we were reading was he wanted to bring in Big Fangio. Big Fangio right now is he is currently he's not under the staff. He's a consultant for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Defense.
Adam says, I witnessed a championship with my dad, and I promised a 13-year-old son he will witness a Dallas Cowboy championship with me as long as we have this core. But damn, hurry up. Dallas Cowboys for life. Mark Romo got yeah, he did, man. Dez did catch it. I believe that was the year, man. That was the year that was taken away, man. I appreciate you guys and this feed. Keep it up, and I'll catch you on the next one. Hey, for reals, man, we will. Obviously, if you have the notifications on, right, Jose? I know you do. So we appreciate that.
So real quick, Jerry, on TikTok, this is interesting. Simply Lemonade 10. Would y'all rest the stars next week since we banged up? Yes, we rest everybody, man. We have to.
Yeah, I don't want to see A-Rod no more. I'm tired of him. All right, Mark, have a good one. Yes, sir. We will. You too. And yeah, I do. Thank you. Jose, we really appreciate it. Hey, good night, guys. Good night. Clear your line.
Javi, come back to Sugarland. We'll see, man.
Hey, man, I didn't even know you were on.
You're a little late.
Yeah, man. We're about to end.
PJ King 702. Peace out, brother. Next time, come on YouTube, man. We can see your questions and we can pop it up on the screen. But I appreciate you, brother. Thanks for the support.
We appreciate you, man. It was definitely a great show.
Great show.
I love it, man, because we're getting a bunch of football heads together, and it's crazy how we're seeing things almost like at the same rate. And that's the great thing, right? Is football appreciates football, and that's why we love football so much. That's it for us today. Harvey, anything else?
Hey, I appreciate everybody. I'm so humbled, man, that we can come together and kind of, be our own human punching bags, man, and dish out our our frustrations, and we're not doing it in our wives and our families, man. So much love. I appreciate y'all. I'm very, very humbled, man, that y'all come on this show, man, for real.
Hey, appreciate you, PJ King. He says that he's just subscribed to the YouTube. Appreciate that.
Cool, brother.
Missouri City.
Missouri City recruiting in that. Whoa, hold on. Missouri City recruiting in the house.
Yeah, I don't know. What is
Ooh, that strikes a little nerve on me.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
That means I know that person somehow, some way. Oh man.
Hey, we love it. Always love talking sports. Glad I ran across you guys on TikTok. Hey, appreciate
bro.
that. I didn't know that, man. Round of applause to you. And if you know any more people like it that are just like exactly like us, hey, is share it, invite them, and bring them on over. He goes, yeah, boy.
I know that guy, man. Now I know.
Hey, you gotta be on. You gotta if you know Javier, you need to be over here, man. Good show, boys. Yes, sir.
I appreciate it
for
man.
Us. TikTok. Hey, we love y'all. YouTube, we love you, but good night, TikTok. Hey, good night, YouTube. We will. Hey, unless something breaks, breaking news, we will definitely be back live on YouTube. But let's enjoy.
What did
Adam
Adam say real quick? Bringing the posse in next time.
Yeah, let's do it, man. Hey, if we don't get to talk to you, happy New Year's to you and your family.
Happy New Year's.
Hey, 2023 for this community, we're gonna grow together, man. We love you guys.
Keep it real.